There are two things: you either complain about it or you do something about it. So we just simply said that let's do something about it.
There are so many gaps in any industry. How did you zero down, which was like linked to skill?
If you really narrow down on people who've ended up building businesses that last, building businesses that are close to their hearts, has come from a very personal need and something that they've experienced. For example, the human resource industry. I'm not even the right person to solve it.
So, if you talk about this particular problem, was it the biggest problem in the room?
So firstly, just narrowing down, this construction industry is the second largest contributor to the GDP of most of the countries.
ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ है जो आप तीनों को अपने स्टाफ को नहीं बताना होता? अगर कुछ पूछने आता आप उनसे छुपा के रखते हो?
And the correct answer is we are also figuring it out.
Welcome to the People Engine podcast. Today's discussion is very simple. The topic is very simple. How to start a startup. आपने एक स्टार्टअप शुरू करना है तो आपका फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या होगा? आपका सेकंड स्टेप ऑफ अ स्टार्टअप क्या होगा? आइडिया आपके पास है बट हाउ टू इम्प्लीमेंट दैट आइडिया एंड टू स्टार्ट अ स्टार्टअप. इट्स वेरी सिंपल. So let's understand from the person who has done it. Her name is Vipanshi. Vipanshi is a co-founder with a company called Novator. Novator is an edtech company. She's the one who converted her idea on the day one to a startup. There's no better person than Vipanshi to make us understand how to start a startup. Welcome to the People Engine podcast, Vipanshi.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here with you today. Very excited for our discussion.
Thank you so much. Just to make things in a better format,
Yes.
Vipanshi, this discussion is definitely about the startup. And I'm not talking about the good startups and the bad startups. We are talking about the very basic.
Okay.
That how to start it. Right? So the format of our conversation is very simple. A little background about you,
Yeah.
the turning points about you.
Yes.
Then we'll talk about the ground realities when it comes to starting in the startup culture.
Okay.
The third is going to be the growth phase side of it. It can be a reorganization, it can be, whatever, which is linked to growth. And the fourth is to understand you as a founder in a better way, right? So shall we go ahead with this?
Yes, of course.
Thank you so much. So Vipanshi, the first question that I want to ask you is, you started as an architect.
Yes.
You're educated as an architect. Then you did something, and then you decided to start a journey as an entrepreneur and start a company. How did that happen? And where was the need?
Okay. Thank you for asking that question. That's one of my favorites because it takes me back to a very crucial time. Yes, I did my architecture from School of Planning and Architecture in Delhi. 5 grueling years. Anyone from an architecture background would relate to it. So now the question was why did I shift? So firstly, I don't really see this as a very big shift. Yes, it's a startup world, so as to say. But first it was about building buildings, and now it's about building people who build buildings.
Okay.
So it's still about architecture, civil engineers, about a space which is really close to my heart, to what we do at Novator. So just as a quick first, just as a background, Novator was born from a very innate need that we felt as architects. So when we graduated, the kind of discussions we used to hear our friends or we used to feel was that there was a big difference between what we were taught in 5 years of education versus what was really happening. We had no clue how to get jobs. We had no clue. Suddenly we were going out and practicing something, and some new technology or new tool was being used, and we had never even heard the first letter of that tool.
Okay.
So that's what made us question that, if there is such a big gap, is it because maybe हमने college में पढ़ाई नहीं करी? Is that the reason? But it was something that everyone was feeling. So maybe there is a true need out there. And hence the mission of what I'm currently working towards, what Novator is about ensuring that we are filling this gap, ensuring that people like us are getting upskilled in the latest technology, are ahead of the curve rather than, always playing catch up. So that's pretty much why this transition happened, and why it's still at the crux serving the industry.
Wow. I think I really like that. First it was building buildings, and now it's building a company. I think it's a very catchy line. So, Vipanshi, if I go further and understand things clearly, I totally understand that, a startup has an idea. That idea is about a gap. It's about gap which exists in that particular industry. There are so many gaps in any industry. How did you zero down on this particular gap, which was like linked to skill, right? I, being a human resource person, I know that, how skills are and how important those skills are
Yeah.
in terms of regular intervals or upkeeping. How did you define that this is the problem that you are going to solve with the company?
Got it.
This particular problem.
Yep. So while I answer that question, one of the things that I often hear is that, and I hope Hindi is fine over here.
Yeah,
like,
even Bengali is fine.
Okay. I don't know Bengali unfortunately, but I'll try. So anyway, so the thought here is that whenever anyone thinks of starting a startup, everyone thinks it's like, what is that $1 million idea? What is that idea that can just you launch it and suddenly everyone is talking about you, and it's you've cracked something amazing. It's I believe it's not always that case. Firstly, I believe that if you really narrow down on people who've ended up building businesses that last, building businesses that are close to their hearts, has come from a very personal need and something that they've experienced. For example, I cannot, even though there might be huge problems and huge gaps in, let's say, the human resource, industry. I bet I can't solve it, or I'm not even the right person to solve it. So over here, similarly, like let's say the architecture industry, over there we were in that space, going to parties where we were hearing the same pain points. In that experiencing that problem on a daily basis. So hence, when you say that, okay, how did you narrow it down? It was hardly ever a thought of how did, of narrowing down a problem to begin with. It was literally sitting and saying that, hey, we are facing a problem. We are talking to students who are facing a problem. There are two things. You either complain about it or you do something about it. So we just simply said that let's do something about it. And the business, the startup, it follows. It's about when you're trying to build that impact further, trying to solve, अच्छा 10 लोगों का solve करा, अच्छा और 100 लोगों का के लिए कैसे solve कर सकते हैं 1000 लोगों के लिए. And that's where the business happens. But that's what I believe in personally.
So, if you talk about this particular problem that you set out to solve, was it the biggest problem in the room? Was it like an elephant in the room that we need to solve it? It is that big a problem?
So, if you look at the AEC industry, when we talk about...
For our viewers, I
Yes,
think
okay,
let's talk
yes.
about, for us, I understand AC.
Yes,
I think
yes,
for our
yes.
viewers, let's decode a little more.
Don't realize that that's a code word to many, but AEC basically means architecture, engineering and construction. So the buildings we see, we live, breathe in, it has been built by someone, right? It's been built by an architect, contractor, engineer. So the road you use to your work, the office that you occupy, the home that you come from, everything has been built by someone in the AEC industry.
Right.
So that's
The AEC.
AEC industry,
Got it.
but for now I'll maybe call it like the construction industry. So firstly, just narrowing down, this construction industry is it's the second largest contributor to the GDP of
Wow.
most of the countries. So
Okay.
the construction industry is huge. Agar we only think back for a second, we've all on our daily lives have also interacted with spaces, interacted with contractors, interior designers. सबने अपने घर बनाए होंगे at some point,
Right.
So it is a huge industry. It in India alone employs around 75 million people.
Wow.
Now the question over here is that when we look at the AEC industry, because there are a lot of it's a fragmented industry, because वहाँ पे आपके blue collar workers, so
Right.
let's say the masons working, architects से लेके
Right.
people who are project managers of your large construction projects
It's
like
a big
the government.
it's a big circle of people.
Exactly.
Out there.
So yes, so there is a lot of problem when it comes to the human resource side or the upskilling side of it. It is one of the bigger problems. There are other problems as well. For example, you might have heard of a company called Infra Mart, and so there's a lot going on in the infrastructure side of things, in material procurement, etc. So apart, I would say there are a lot of problems that exist. This was something again which was right in front of us.
Right.
But usually people wonder about the scale of the problem, and what I was trying to highlight is that in terms of just the number of people it impacts is humongous.
It's a huge impact solution that you're talking about.
Yes.
You know, if you talk about the AEC industry, as she rightly put in, it's one of the biggest. Believe me, any government when they want to do any financial acceleration for any economy,
Yep.
the first thing that they talk about is to invest in the infrastructure of that country. Infrastructure means everything. It is about buildings. It is about infrastructure. It is about roads, rails, airports. So it's a part of a very big industry, and that is AEC for you guys.
Yep.
So I think Vipanshi, you planned out really well. The second thing I want to understand, as we're talking about the startups, right? The most important thing is, सबको लगता है they want to do a startup, right? So everyone wants to do it with an idea which is very dear to them, and they want to solve it. But when it comes to you, how did you actually start, and how that journey began for you? After idea, how's the execution part of it? The very first step that you took.
Yes, yes. Okay, so
And I'm not talking about a co-founder because I know that you were
Yeah.
lucky enough to
Yeah.
get each other,
yes,
three of
yes.
you really
I
soon.
understood.
Yeah.
So I'll just talk a bit briefly about what happened post the inception, the validation, and then the scaling up stage.
Right.
Um,
I'll come to the validation part later.
okay, so I will stop it at the initial phase
Yes.
of the company, probably like the first few months or the year.
Maybe the first
1
day.
year.
Maybe the first
Okay,
day.
so circling back to what we were discussing earlier, that it was about a specific need. Now, talking about what was that need specifically. So initially when we started off, हमें बस यही पता था कि ठीक है, people want to learn something beyond what they learned at the 5 years of education. सबसे पहले तो we did an initial round of talking to people. We tried
That's a research side of things.
I
Even
would
before
say
time?
yes. When you formally look at it as research, I would label it as curiosity.
Okay.
So that's what it's never a very formal process. It's something that you're curious about and it takes shape. So what happened was कि सबसे पहले तो we tried to understand why is this gap happening. Went and tried to understand कि how is the college curriculum decided. So there were a couple of things that we came out with. Even in a college which was reputed within the country, the syllabus hadn't been revised for more than 30 plus years.
Is it?
Yes,
So are we safe in terms of roads and everything today?
yes, of course, of course. Don't worry about that. And this was not to scare anyone. But in terms of, just the core curriculum, so that was one interesting point that we identified. Then a lot of the syllabus that is taught in a lot of colleges, and I'm not just talking about the tier 1, we have, many colleges, tier 2 colleges, 3 colleges, and a lot of it is taught by faculty that hasn't really practiced or built a building. So, in professions like these, it's very important to have a practical side of
Right.
everything.
Right.
So, these were few insights initially. So, initially, it was never a big thing. What we did was that over the summer break, छुट्टियाँ थी सब colleges में, so we said, okay, why not launch set of workshops. Us time we had graduated, we thankfully had few skills that we were curious enough to say that okay, let's teach our juniors, so as to say. So we ended up launching 3 workshops around model making, which is a skill used a lot in architecture college, across Delhi, Bangalore and Mumbai.
Okay.
For the first time, again, पता नहीं था वेबसाइट कैसे बनती है, कहाँ होस्ट होती है, तो
Exactly the
सब कुछ
point.
सीखा. दोस्तों को कॉल करा स्कूल से कि अरे तुमने कंप्यूटर साइंस पढ़ी थी ना, मेरे लिए वेबसाइट बनाओगे. So did all those things, made the first website on WordPress and launched it. Lucky enough, or however things came out to be, within the first 1 month, we ended up getting 120 enrollments, paid enrollments,
Okay.
for these workshops.
Okay.
Which was, for us, it was like a very pivotal moment in that sense, because we realized that it's not just us. There are 120 students
Who
out
believe in
there
you.
who want to learn something in
Right.
their free time.
Right.
That entire summer, we ended up, it's like, band tour, jaise you go from one place to another. We packed our bags. We were a couple of, 10 people who flew from one place to another, teaching, engaging in 5-6 days of workshops with students. And what was a really, like, one moment that stays with me always is that after those set of workshops now, students used to come, and they were what, like couple of years only younger to us, and they used to say, I wish हमारे कॉलेज में भी ना ये ऐसे ये और क्यों नहीं हो सकता, why can't we learn in such a fun and engaging way. So that was pretty much the start to everything. That one line of validation, saying that people do want to grow, do want to learn, and do something more than what is otherwise being done, and they want to learn from people who are out there doing things. So that's when things, so that was entirely offline. We said कि और करते हैं, so called up more friends, called up our seniors, professors,
तो
etc.
अब तक ये स्टार्टअप रेडी हो चुका था, स्टार्ट हो चुका था, या सिर्फ दिमाग में था?
नहीं, अब तो we were on ground
On-
talking to people.
Okay.
So it was, I would say it was more of a validation कि और मेहनत करते हैं. And by the
Pivot
way,
करते हैं.
yes, and by the way, तब तक ये नहीं था, still business वाला logic नहीं आया था. It was still about के let's do something for ourselves and let's try to solve this pain point. And then once we started, then we ended up launching in the next 6 months itself. We launched around 50 more topics.
My God.
And
Linked
this
to
was,
architecture?
yes, related to architecture. The good thing, again, this is the same point कि why picking up a startup and a need that is relevant to your network and your pain point is really helpful, because initially ना आपको अपना network का support मिलता है.
Right.
So how did we end up doing 50 workshops? Because we knew 100 architects or 100 engineers in our network itself. So that's how the initial foundation was laid. And then after that, obviously, that is a story maybe for some other question.
Got it. But it sounds so good. The thing is, a conviction of 2-3 people, 10 people, which is validated by the rest of people who enrolled and came to
Yeah,
you.
100%.
And then that golden statement, कि हमारे कॉलेज में क्यों नहीं होता? We wish it could have been there as part of
Yes.
curriculum. But it's a beautiful journey to start with. Very simple question to you.
Yes.
When you start, I know there's nothing else. It's just a start in that business that you're thinking about. Ever a plan B?
I mean, plan B बस parents को बताने के लिए बनाया था, but genuinely plan B नहीं था. It was about कुछ तो, like we'll figure something out.
No, I'm sure.
So
I
that's the
think-
honest answer.
No, I understand this. And I think honesty pays at times. You never had to go to plan B.
Yes,
Good enough.
I hope so.
Vivanshi, एक चीज़ और, the thing is, when we talk about a startup, मतलब any business that you start, right? There are certain things that you know, and that is the core of the problem. कि ये gaps हैं जिसको आपने identify कर लिया है, और उन gaps के लिए आपने हर चीज़ कर दी है. And you know that जो नहीं हो पाएगी वो भी कर देंगे, because that is the core that you have. But startup and business is just not about the problems that you're solving. There are more problems which are waiting for you,
Yep.
right? You being in architecture had nothing to do with finance.
Yes.
ये बिजनेस में अकाउंट्स भी देखना पड़ता है, P&L भी देखना पड़ता है, बिजनेस में HR को भी देखना पड़ता है, आपको लोग लाने पड़ते हैं, पॉलिसीज बनानी पड़ती हैं. द काइंड ऑफ इंडस्ट्री दैट यू आर इन, इट्स अ SaaS बेस्ड इंडस्ट्री, राइट? सो IPs एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट, उन सब के बारे में क्या प्लान था आप लोगों का? एंड दीज आर डिफिकल्ट थिंग्स, आई एम टेलिंग यू दिस, बिकॉज यू
Yes,
कैन
for
सॉल्व द
sure.
कोर, but this support which completes the business, you had no clue about, right? So how did you take care of all these things?
You mentioned a really nice, like a beautiful thing where you were like, when you yourself got into business, you see a very big difference, and there was a lot the journey taught you.
Yeah.
I would say the same. I would just copy that statement and borrow it, if you allow me to,
Yeah,
and say
yeah.
that that's pretty much the answer to this question as well. That if you think, I feel sometimes if you start thinking ये नहीं पता and how will I do it, I don't think you will ever do it.
Right.
But if you just say that, okay, I really want to solve this, and whatever will take of me to do it, you will end up figuring things out, learning new things.
My point is, I totally understand this, but somehow you have to get these things done. For example, finance and accounts. Day you start, you have to have an HR policy. You know, तो उसके लिए खुद किया या किसी बंदों को हायर किया, अपने नेटवर्क के थ्रू कराया? How did you start all that?
So I'll give an example of let's say finance. So initially, obviously TDS, there are a lot of new things
Yeah.
that you have to do. So obviously, you know, try to get now. This kind of thing you have to have a CA involved at the end of the day for anything. Let's say filing a trademark. I remember the first time we filed a trademark for
You know, our
the
audience should know about this. That how do you file it? Well, in the sense, what is the general process?
Yes,
Not the
yes,
not
yes,
the
of course.
expert thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah, of
general.
course. Understood. So ideally for this, for all these services, you have to go to an expert.
Right.
So even for a trademark, you cannot just go
Do it
and
on your
do
own.
it or do it on your own. You'll probably not understand a lot of nuances. So we obviously try to identify a lawyer. Now the good thing is, again, initially you have to use your network because the fundamental truth is at the starting you do not have money to, you know, like
Shell out.
So you have to go to your network, you have to learn from them. So for example, our first CA that we had was someone who's you know, been helping our family.
Right.
Then similarly, so obviously while we did pay, like have a certain fee for them, we obviously try to, you know, say that okay, could
A
you
good
just
bargain, a
could
good
you
bargain.
just help us out.
Right.
And then rest you had to make that effort. Similarly for trademark filing, now that you asked, even within trademark there are actually a lot of, you know, categories that you have to file for. So for example, retail ka alag you can file under retail versus a pharmaceutical will have a different trademark category.
Okay.
So these are the kind of things that once you go to a lawyer, they'll tell you कि क्या करना है.
Okay.
So this is where you have to find a person, trust that particular consultant, and then try to at least understand. ऐसे you can't just give it up saying that अच्छा, now that I've got someone, now it's not my problem. You will still have to be involved and
Right.
learn. Right at the start, what kind of legal documents and finance work that you need to get sorted. So firstly, you have to register a company. So that's the first time you learn of nomenclature like private limited versus
Correct.
LLP, etc. Now, obviously, within that, we choose to go as a private limited. So that is one. The second is that you file for certain trademarks. You buy your domain. Very important because ideally the two need to speak to each other. Let's say you thought that my company name will be Google. Of course, you cannot do that.
Right,
So these
right.
are the kind of initial checks that you do. Beyond that, ensure that you get a CA on board. A great CA takes you, like, you cannot undermine the importance
Right.
of someone over there, because if you're not from that background, your initial documentation of, let's say, how you're managing your cash flows from day one, how you're managing the TDS if you're engaging with more consultants, all of those are very important. Tax becomes very important because the day you are a private limited company, you need to be on top of these things, otherwise it can come
Back to you.
So these are just few hygiene requirements. The rest, in terms of if you have partners and there is a certain, let's say, share split between the said partners, all of that is actually handled during the creation of a private limited, because you are actually calling that out during the initial setup. So apart from this, rest you can keep building on, but these are, I would say, the few basics.
Right. So Vipanshi, thank you so much, for giving a clarity to this. Also, Vipanshi, I was just thinking, starting business is one, then probably scaling it up is another. There are certain things which are not even clear with a person like me also, who's in business for the last 15 years, because it's not that I've not done a startup, but just a general understanding that if you talk about a founder's share and then the term sheets, those are very buzzwords, when it comes to startup industry. कि किससे पैसा लेना है, किससे नहीं लेना है, इक्विटी कहाँ से उठानी है, सीड फंडिंग कहाँ से लेनी है. So how did you solve all this, and probably, were you lucky to get the seed funding in the first 2 years, and probably, I think 2 times you got the seed funding. So tell us about that journey also, because money was important. So how did you get to the source of money?
Yes. Basically, like initially when we had launched, thankfully, we were...
You were bootstrapped?
Yes, we were bootstrapped, and we were putting money in the bank basically. We had a positive cash flow.
Okay.
Now, so that helped for the first 1.5 years, and this was so our business was also right around COVID year. So that was a very again very
Good time for
uh, I would say good time if you think about it from obviously a pivot that we made. So
Yes.
I think of it as positive. But in terms of just managing and being very frugal in the approach, and that's how generally all bootstrap companies are. Now, what happens is that once you have a certain sense of your target group, who you're serving basically, or what is it that you really want to build, and you have your initial set of team members, that's when we were okay, now we want to scale up, we want to start ensuring that we can scale the product up, we can launch to more people, we can get more team, build a bigger team so that we can serve more people. So considering all of that, that's when we said, okay, this is the time to raise. So since the start, it was never, I mean, these days you talk about buzzwords, valuation is a biggest buzzword.
Okay.
Now that is simply because a general culture of startup has been created around this, like a very Bollywood like image of, that it's a startup, it's an idea, $1 million idea, you get investors, suddenly you are thousands, your company is huge and on the stock market suddenly. It's but that's not the truth, right? So our initial goal was never just to raise money for the sake of raising money. It was when we decided that okay, we want to grow,
We want to scale up.
yes, to scale up, that's where we said okay, we would need that kind of infusion of money from that perspective. Now for that, initially so pre-seed,
I'll tell you, Vimanshi, it's been a simple point here that you guys are doing the best that you can to
Yes.
start a company and probably to run the daily operations, right? So ये चीज़ जब सामने आती है कि हमें पैसे की ज़रूरत है
हाँ जी।
और हमें किसी के पास तो जाना पड़ेगा, it's a seed funding that we know. There's a limit of funding with us, with 2 people, 3 people.
yes,
So वो seed funding का जो idea है वो तो आना ही था, उसमें तो कोई डाउट ही नहीं है.
yes,
मेरा point ये है that who guided you all through when you thought of seed funding?
okay.
कि
So
किससे कनेक्ट करें, किससे
हाँ
बात
जी,
करें,
हाँ जी।
how did you reach the Y Combinator?
Yes,
That
yes.
is something that we want to know.
So firstly, like internally, how we did it, we were 3 partners, business partners, and how we did it is like one of us took the ownership of leading the funding.
Okay.
So my business partner Harkur, he took the initiative of
Okay.
leading funding. Now, firstly, who guided us initially? It wasn't really guided by anyone. What we started doing was very simple and intuitive, which is we need to reach out to VCs.
Right.
That is it. Now, how did we say which VCs to reach
Yes,
out to,
yes.
which not to? We would, let's say we are an education company, online education company. What are other education companies? Who do they have funding from?
Right,
So
right.
that's I would say like a hack to say, okay, now we know XYZ venture capitalists invest in edtech. So
Right.
every VC also has a philosophy that they invest in or a hypothesis that they back. So not everyone will invest in all types of companies.
Right. So you're trying to say that a VC
Yes.
who invests in edtech may not be interested to invest in FMCG, may not be interested to invest in a social media startup.
Yes, yes.
So these are different VCs that we have.
Yes.
So they are also specialists when it comes to industries.
Yes, so it's so rather than a specialist, it's a certain hypothesis they back. So, for example, there is a VC called, for example, Fundamental. Now they are based out of Europe. Their entire hypothesis is around the AEC or the construction sector.
Okay,
So
okay.
they specifically focus on that. Now what that does is it's like hum bhi apne, when we are doing investing in the stock market, you would see that you might invest in certain type of company. So that is a hypothesis. So
Right.
for example, maybe you know a lot about the automobile industry. So you might end up investing in those stocks
Dipanshi,
versus some others.
Do you know how to read minds? Because that is exactly my situation. The reference at point that you're giving is 100% fitting with me.
Okay.
Because I, as an investor, I don't invest with any companies, all the
Yes.
industries.
Yes.
It's only automobile, and it is only
Oh,
those
wow.
companies. So it's fitting well.
Took the
So I
exact
understand your point now.
example. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. VCs, if you talk about it, I think you explained it really well. There's certain type
Yeah.
of VCs, they have a notion and they have a hypothesis and particular sectors that they invest in. So you identified those VCs?
Yes, yes.
And then you approached them?
Yes. So the first goal was just to start talking and reaching out to people, because ऐसा नहीं होता कि you go to someone and next day you have funding. You have to have a lot of conversations. You yourself need to learn actually through that process. कि how do you have to talk? What do you have to talk about? So I remember our first conversation that we ever did was tanked. We thought aaj to it's done. Like it'll be amazing, but it wasn't good, and that was a learning. And again, during that time, it was no one guiding. It was a self guided process of just reaching out, talking, learning by. I know that Harkuer ended up speaking to like more than 100 people, and it just helped to learn and understand better. The second thing that I want to talk about is that based on the round that you are going for, so for example from pre-seed or seed, series A, B, etc., different things matter. So for example, seed, pre-seed is somewhere wherein no one on the other side also as an investor is looking for like a amazing balance sheet or not looking at that as maybe a priority.
Right.
It's more about the people on the other side.
Right.
Because at that stage you are still validating your product. You are raising this money not to scale up. You're raising this money in a way to still get enough time to pivot, to try out iterations, to learn more about your target group and refine your product.
Right.
So that's where the people matter more, and why you're doing it matters more on the other side of it as well. That was also learning.
Right.
Post that, one of the things was that we were obviously applying. Why? So one of the biggest and most important moment for us was when Y Combinator also happened, and this was in 2021. So we were part of the summer 21 batch. Now Y Combinator, how did that happen, and how did we get to know about it? So there's this book Upstarts, which talks about the journey of Airbnb, and that was a very that was a very inspirational space, because obviously we are looking up to companies like Airbnb, who've again been a team of young founders making it big, making a really big impact in the world through what
So it
they've
was a
done.
simple correlation which was
Exactly.
happening.
It was a very inspiring space. So that's where we got to know about Y Combinator. But
Okay.
Y Combinator in itself is one of the most renowned accelerators in the world, funded, Dropbox, Airbnb,
Oh my God, so many names.
Razorpay, so some big names. And that time we had actually applied a year back as well, did not get selected that time. And this time in 2021 we said why not, just gave the application again. Again, luckily we did get through, and I would say again that became a very critical point for us.
No doubt.
During those 3 months of Y Combinator, we ended up learning a lot, meeting some of the most smartest people met till that point, and hence the official journey of a startup and funded startup initiated there.
Right. So 3 months of hardships and a lot of no's from the company, but
Yes.
end up getting a funding and end up getting rich in terms of experiences.
Yes, yes.
So it's a good journey that ways. And so you're saying that Y Combinator is an accelerator program, which is a pre-seed funding, and then comes a seed, then comes A series, B series.
Yes. So usually, how it works is that Y Combinator ideally invests a small amount of money in your company.
Which is a
for-
predefined amount.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a predefined amount. So this is invested on the basis of a certain equity in your
Okay.
company. So ideally, Y Combinator is also investing in your company. So they want you to grow, to become big.
Right.
And during that period, it was a 3-month period. It was during COVID, so it's based out of San Francisco, so we couldn't go. But so it happened online during COVID time. And what happens there is it's not just a teaching experience, it's where you get attached to a mentor. They give you a mentor, and through that you end up having conversations. They hold you accountable to targets and goals, and that's why the experience is more community based rather than just about a one way information and learning process.
Right. So, Vipanshi, it's a good journey for the last 6 years, right? Seen so much. If you look back and see, what was your core thought when you started? Was it कि ये problem solve करनी है या था कि एक बड़ा business बनाएंगे और profitable business बनाएंगे? Just in short, आप बताओ कि what was your core thought then?
Without even a second thought, the first one about solving a problem. Again, and I still believe that businesses will get built around the fact that you are trying to solve something with the right intent. It's not just about building, like, it's not just about money at the
No,
end
I'm
of
sure.
the day.
I'm sure it's a core thought that you had, even have that thought
Yes,
today.
yes.
It brings me to another topic, which I think is very tricky for me, because once I understand those things, I'm a part of industry wherein things were clearly laid out in terms of pricing, other things. In your industry, when you started, this edtech company, SaaS, Novator, was pricing an issue? That how to fix the pricing, or was there a benchmark in front of you that you can imbibe and see? So pricing and product, how did you solve these two little problems? Little, not that
yeah,
little.
yeah. I was going to say, like, not little questions. So we so the product that we have today, or the exact offering, is something that started in 2021.
So what is the
but
count?
before
What is
that,
the count today, if I may ask? How
Yes,
many
of-
students, how many professionals, how many people have you really trained over the period of 5, 6, 7 years?
So at this point, we have around 2,000 active learners
Okay.
at any given point.
Okay.
We've had more than 1,000 career transitions. So people who've studied through Novator, sorry, not 1,000, 10,000 career transitions, wherein people who've either done our courses, workshops, or directly been part of the Novator community
Right.
who've upskilled and gotten some sort of benefit out of that. So that is just the total number of people who've been through our network in the last 6 to 7 years. And specifically career transitions have been around 1,000 basically, in terms of the number of people who've got a better job, or let's say are within the same organization at a better position.
Oh, that's good. That's a good impact. I think that was the thought that you had.
Yes.
One of the after effects of the thought.
Yes, pretty much. That's
Great,
pretty much
great.
the goal.
So, if you talk about a business, when do you think that the business is no more longer a small business? And who defines the upper limit of any business that you're into? I'll tell you where
Yes.
is the reference point
Yes.
of this question. मुझे लगा जैसे Amazon था.
हाँ.
अब Amazon ने जब शुरू किया ना, तो it was all about books. The concept was new, it was real, and it was the first time. बट ऐसा नहीं कि उन्होंने 20 साल बुक्स बेची उसके बाद उन्होंने कुछ बेचना शुरू किया. सो देयर वाज ऑलवेज एन अपर लिमिट कि यार बुक्स हो गई, अब और चीज़ें करते हैं.
Yeah.
So there's always upper limit of a thought of any business. So when do you think the business is no longer a small business and also the upper limit now?
I personally don't think there's anything like an upper limit, because it just depends on how you want, like what is the goal you want to set for yourself. I feel in this case, it's about where you set the goalpost, and whether that set, and again, there's no wrong or right goalpost setting as well. It just depends on what is the right goalpost for you. I also think that it keeps moving, right? Maybe जैसे आपने Amazon का example लिया. Now Amazon didn't just stick to e-commerce. They're doing, at this point, there's AWS, which
AWS.
is giving them like a
Phenomenal returns,
Exactly,
profits.
phenomenal returns. And there are so many more things that they are yet exploring. Like now it's about airspace also.
Right.
So I don't think it's about, there is ever, like, no one starts anything from an upper limit. It's always about what you can keep building, what is that next problem statement. So for example, when we do a typical thing, right, what is the TAM, or what is the total addressable market that you can capture as
Right.
of now. So there was this concept within Y Combinator that I absolutely love, which they talk about how initially if you are trying to solve a lot of things, you're probably doing it wrong. What you need to think is that what is that wedge you're creating. So literally they use the word wedge.
Okay.
What that means is start with a small problem, but jaise wedge say you keep opening the wood, you keep splitting the wood apart. So it's about driving a wedge through a small problem, and then you keep expanding. Acha, I've solved for, let's say, books. Okay, what is the other thing that people are trying to order? Okay, let's now send out, maybe pens and stationery. Acha, stationery ho gaya. Acha, then someone, asked, acha, do you also deliver tableware? Sorry, kitchenware. And then suddenly you're doing that.
So the
it's
demand
about,
pours in, and probably you
exactly, it's just about listening to your users and trying and listening to the market. Market also keeps evolving. So ideally, you need to keep chasing the next thing. It, so you, if you just do that, आप कितनी भी रिसर्च कर लो, बट इफ़ यू आर जस्ट ऑन ग्राउंड बिल्डिंग फॉर व्हाट पीपल आर आस्किंग, you will keep expanding yourself as
Right.
a output to
So,
that.
when I say upper limit, what I mean is, Vipanshi, a time to pivot, for example. You said TAM. TAM is total accessible market, right?
Yes.
So, you might be saying that, today the TAM is 100. And by the time you reach 50, the TAM will reach another 50. So, there's always a difference between the real market size and where you perform.
Yeah.
Right? So, that is one part of it. So, what I'm saying is that ever decided that after this there will be a little pivot? For example, मैं बड़ी plain पूछता हूँ. You're doing a lot of work in the space of architecture, right? Whatever I learned about architecture, not through buildings, but through the research that I did on your
Yeah,
company,
yeah.
I've understood that, it's a big market. And the moment you said that this is one of the churners in terms of revenue and in terms of employability, I can relate to it. That yes, it is a big place, right?
Yes.
So when we crop cover TAM, is there a limit that you thought that, okay, fine, we'll reach 60, and after that we might pivot? ऐसा कोई thought था या नहीं था? नहीं था.
No. It wasn't there. But I'll tell you what the thought was, that our goal was, so a lot of people asked us this question. Initially हमें during our funding process बहुत question पूछा जाता था कि आप उस टाइम ना एक्चुअली अभी भी कंप्यूटर साइंस के बहुत सारे आपको ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज मिलेंगे, मार्केटिंग के मिलेंगे, एट्सेट्रा. जनरल अभी AI ट्रेंड चल रहा है, उसके बहुत
उसके
अब
मिलेंगे.
एकदम से आपको दिखेंगे. तो द क्वेश्चन दैट वाज आस्क्ड टू अस दैट टाइम आल्सो वाज, आपने कभी कंप्यूटर साइंस के कोर्सेज लॉन्च करने का सोचा है? And for us, we directly knew the answer, and that was no. We want to actually stay within the industry. But now I'll tell you what changed. So when we think of AEC, there are we say that we are here to take the industry forward in terms of, right now we are looking at, so what usually moves an industry, it's tools, technology, and people.
Right.
So our goal, I would say our focus is not just people, it's the AEC industry.
Everyone is talking about artificial intelligence. How do you see the impact of AI coming up in the future and now on your company, positively or negatively?
Okay, so I would say from a company perspective, positive. Few reasons. One is that I think rather than looking at it that it is going to like AI takes away from people, I feel it actually makes, let's say, a 10x person a 100x person.
Okay.
Because it's really like, I've seen how there is no person now in the organization that I know of who is not using AI in some form or the other, either to improve on comms, to automate their tasks. And this is something that is naturally people have taken to. It's not like it has been a company enforced aspect. So definitely see a lot of efficiency being improved in things. A lot of things that otherwise are boring for a person to do. Even that is, like sometimes you don't want to proofread things. So you just use AI to, or for that matter, things like GPT, or to, just offload that task. So that I see. Then the second is also in terms of, for us specifically, we've integrated AI in our learning management systems, etc., from a pure education standpoint. So for example, queries. So if someone has an educational query, we've, our amazing engineering team has, trained our own query bots to ensure that they are replying. So maybe if a student was getting a query answered in 2 hours, now it's happening instantly. So these are the kind of use cases that we've been exploring, from a value proposition, but from a pure internal organization perspective, it has improved efficiency, and it has definitely like given people more creative freedom to experiment. I've seen that by my team who has taken up creating websites as something that has been a new initiative, or coming up with quick products through iterations of using very like products like anti-gravity or emergent, etc.
So your positive side to it,
Yes.
that AI will have a good impact on your business.
Yes.
Great, great. Vipanshi, what's that one belief that you have about startups that you earlier had, but now it has changed completely?
One belief that has definitely changed is about the importance of people and building yourself as well. Initially, when you're thinking of startup, it's about doing hard work, ensuring that you're solving for the problem. But post and for initially, that's how everyone thinks it will be. Also, the aspect of post a time that it becomes hands off. But one of the things that has definitely changed is that your challenges will keep changing, but there will be no point where you do not have any new challenges to solve for. I think that's what keeps it exciting and an engaging space as well. But also the importance of people, teams in the organization, and how you need to step up yourself to become a better people manager. And it's not just about your core skill. Like if you're a great engineer and you are running a business, you will have to learn that side of the skills as well.
Upskilling all the time.
Upskilling all the time. In terms of especially people management and how good you are as a leader, I feel that is the biggest difference in what is expected.
Great, great. Vipanshi, not everyone, as per me, is meant for business. Not everyone is meant for a job either, right? So who do you think is the right fit for starting a startup, and who's the right fit not to start a startup? These are two different things.
Yes.
Who's the right person to start, and who's not the right person to start? And be honest about it.
Yes, I feel the only differentiating factor is if you're okay being uncomfortable, and if you're okay taking risk. And when I say okay being uncomfortable, I mean that if you're okay not having answers all the time. I feel if you are okay with that, you can.
Start a startup?
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
And who should not start a startup?
I mean the opposite of that. So I would say there is some sort of luck, and you need to have a very strong support system. It's not like you cannot without a strong support system. Many people have done it. There are a lot of inspirational stories, but if you have a strong set of people supporting you, that also goes a long way to make it a much smoother ride and experience of starting a startup.
विपांशी, ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप 3 फाउंडर्स हो, ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ है जो आप तीनों को अपनी स्टाफ को नहीं बताना होता? अगर कुछ पूछने आते हैं आप उनसे छुपा के रखते हो, ऐसी कोई चीज़ है तो बताओ.
ऐसी कोई चीज़ नहीं है, बट in a lot of questions the correct answer is we are also figuring it out.
Thank you so much, Vipanshi. Thank you. Vipanshi, it's been great in terms of conversation with you. I personally have learned a lot, and I'm sure that the audience will also take a lot of understanding and education from the conversation today. But thank you so much for decoding how to start a startup. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was also a great point to reflect on a lot of parts of the journey. So thank you for allowing for that opportunity.
Thank you, Vipanshi. All the very best. All the best to you, your co-founders, and Novator, and the people. See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. The People Engine podcast is our effort to bring forth conversations from the perspective of human resources, because we truly believe it's the people who make the businesses. Follow us for more interesting stories.